Hey everyone, my name is Sean. I'm one of the 30 or so members of the Tovara Homeowners for Change movement for the special recall election next month. I live on the west side and I'm not running in this election to be a board replacement nominee. I have nothing personally to gain by making this video, but rather share some very important information with the community to hear. Specifically, those who are not involved in this movement and those who are not aware of what this recall election is about. But before I begin, I want to explain to every homeowner watching this video, the governance of our HOA is strictly defined in California Civil and Business Corporations Codes. This Civil and Corporation Codes gives every homeowner great power in the oversight of every decision our Board of Directors makes. And every penny of our money our Board of Directors spends. As a matter of fact, these civil codes actually give us homeowners more power than our HOA board has. They are merely an extension of our collective wishes. Please remember this because I will come back to this later in the video. My awakening started after I learned there was a lawsuit against the HOA and management mentioned on our community social media platform. After digging deeper in the county record files, I found out my good neighbor across from where I live was the one who filed suit. My suspicions grew even bigger after reading through my neighbor's legal complaint, as I also learned of many other families in the community who were also affected by our HOA board's similar misconduct. I can't talk on these homeowners' behalf, but encourage them to share their own experience like I am doing today if they wish. As a result of my findings, in August of last year, I filed a formal request, as seen here on the screen now, for the HOA board through our management company NPMG then to provide all records of settlement of 2024 from our builder's defects in the amount of $3.4 million. Rather than producing these records with respect to my rights as a homeowner, they referred my concerns to their lawyer, Mr. Michael Attar. Folks, lawyers are expensive and charged by minutes, and our board pays for their fees out of the community's budget for every little issue they are faced with. This also raises questions as to why the HOA board avoids being transparent, which is their fiduciary duty. What is the reason for the board to have a lawyer if they have assumed their post with good will? As you can see, I specifically asked for 10 items to be produced, which were eventually provided after agreeing for me to pay them a fee of $875 for their services. Now, with respect to invoices and payments records surrounding our $3.4 million, many invoices and ledgers were produced, around 220 pages. I can email these reports to anyone interested. But make this decision for yourself. Does this invoice on the screen here give you comfort? Please ask yourself, if you were to spend over $1 million in one transaction, would the details in this invoice feel comfortable to you? This invoice reflects no work detail. There is no scope of work to document as evidence as what specifically took place to warrant a payment of over $1 million. Yet still, without proper oversight, our board of directors authorized payment. Now, the money from settlement is gone, but problems with our roofs remain. Let me show you why I say this. On the screen now is a copy of an inspection report conducted to the exterior of my building. I'm going to show you every page of this report here on the screen so that you can pause this video, zoom in, and clearly see each photo and description. You see, after becoming concerned with everything I have mentioned already in this video, as well as visible troubling areas to the exterior of my unit, in September of last year, I submitted a preventive maintenance inspection request. I submitted this request at the same time as a few of my neighbors that had similar concerns. At a later open session HOA board meeting, my neighbors and I were accused by members of our HOA board of submitting inspection requests without cause, costing the association unnecessary money. Regardless, the inspection request progressed, and as you can see, this is the condition of our buildings. Make your own conclusion, folks. But the professional roofing company that conducted this inspection and provided this report makes it very clear our buildings are in dangerous shape. Quote, repairs recommended because of open seams and failed repairs. Yeah, that is failed repairs and stucco gouges. So what has our HOA board done with this information? To this day, nothing. In the meantime, 2 of the 4 neighbors that submitted this same inspection request as mine just experienced their first leaks during our last rains in December and January. Now, not to add any salt to the wound, but let me show you 2 important articles from their fancy HOA lawyer's response. First, after requesting the executed signed copy of our actual $3.4 million settlement agreement, you can see here on the screen now, highlighted in yellow, that our HOA board could not even locate a fully executed agreement. Second, after requesting copies of all receipts or canceled checks for payments made for these millions of dollars, you can also see here, also highlighted in yellow, that our HOA board claimed there were none. On top of that, you can also see at the very bottom here that this fancy HOA lawyer even challenged me with escalation if I wasn't happy with the report. And even with our HOA board president copied on every email, our board stayed silent, allowing this lawyer to bully me legally. This is what our incompetent HOA board of directors supports and has done to many others throughout the years. I thought we had rights, as I mentioned earlier, per California Civil Codes. But I guess not. As you can see, they choose to break their duty and suppress our rights by hiding behind expensive lawyers for protection. The lawyers which we have not approved as a community. Ask yourselves, who and what are they hiding from? Honestly, I was very pissed to see our legal fees over $110,000 of our money in 2025 alone. Folks, this money could have repaired many roofs, but no, they chose to look the other way. This is why we must vote them. Vote them out, folks. This is why we must vote them out. Their lack of transparency, lack of qualification to hold these posts as directors, for lack of care for the community affairs, and most importantly, for mismanagement of our funds. They cannot be trusted and must go one way or another, either by showing a goodwill of resignation or by being voted out. Thank you very much for your time. But please remember, we all have responsibilities. Not everyone can do everything for you. we must take the initiative in our hands if we want to have a healthy community for our kids to grow. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks. Bye-bye.